Welcome back to Fab Automotive Detailing. You guys, in this video, we're going to take a look at a new product from Ryobi, and it is their new One Plus Inflator, you guys. And the great thing about this product is the price, and I'll tell you guys that here in just a minute. So, let's do it. All right, you guys, so before we get to started, I do want to state this video is not sponsored. I did purchase this myself from Home Depot is where I bought this at, you guys. This is not a sponsored video. Ryobi. That's the greatest debate ever. It doesn't matter to me. I say Ryobi did not send this product to me. If you haven't done so already, take a second, go down below the video, hit that subscribe button, turn on the little bell so that every time I upload a video, you do get notified. All right, you guys, so I saw recently that Ryobi released a couple new inflators. This one, and then one that's a little bit more expensive. The one that's a little bit more expensive, the 18-volt range, to me had a really crappy plastic end on it. Hopefully I can put a picture in here that I was afraid over time was definitely going to break. So I did not want to go that route. But I wanted to get a tire inflator that would be automatic, where I don't have to sit there and hold it like this one right here, which is my original Ryobi one. Now this thing has been great, you guys. I have used this thing a ton. It is digital on the back, but the downside to this is you have to either hold the trigger down or do what I do, put a rubber band on it to hold it on like that, you guys. And then you can set it down, but when you set it down, this thing vibrates so much, it wants to fall over. So you pretty much have to hold this thing to keep it from falling over. But this thing has served me very well. But the one feature I always wish that this thing had was an auto shut off, and it does not. And also a way to not have to push this trigger all the time, which is very touchy, by the way, if you have a battery on it. So in comes their newest version of their tire inflator, you guys. This thing, the price, $40, $39.99. I already have batteries. It doesn't come with battery charge, it's tool only. But for the price, you guys, that is great. We'll find out if it's going to be worth it. We'll see if it really does shut off. See what type of pressure that it holds once it's on there. Is it accurate or not? Because the other one's about 2 to 3 psi off typically. So I always have to go over to actually make it where I want it to be on my tires, which my van, which we're going to use it on, is supposed to be 55 psi. But it shows on this, it's ideal for car tires, bicycle tires, wheelbarrow tires, sports balls. It does come with a needle, a valve, and a pinch valve, a Presto valve and a pinch valve. So yeah, 160 psi is what it goes up to, you guys. Auto shut off and storage on board. So let's go ahead and open this thing up. You see it, here's how it comes packaged. You got your manual. Don't think we need that for a tire inflator. So here we go. Here's what she looks like. I like that the cord is able to wrap up nicely. It has a little holder right there. Has a metal valve on the end, just like what you use like on a bicycle or something, you guys, or cars, that's fine. That's great versus that other version, which is plastic. There's your onboard storage underneath. It's going to hold your needle and your 2 valves, and then obviously your battery is going to go right here. This is pretty basic, you guys. Power button. It's funny, it has a play button and a stop button, and then your negative and positive, how much PSI you actually want to put into your tires. So I'm excited to give this thing a try. We'll see if it is going to be worth the $40. Let's go try it on the van. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and put it on the battery. Okay, and I'm using a 4 amp hour battery. Oops, let's see if it's fully charged. It should be. Yes, it is fully charged. Should be able to power it on now, which we can. Digital display, which is great. Okay, so it comes factory set at 35. My van is 55. So it's going to go up with the plus sign. Well, let's go out here and see what it'll do. All right, I got the van running because I got it warming up so I can get going. This is something I deal with all the time in the winter on this one wheel. And I've had it checked and can't find anything wrong with it, so I don't know. Anyways, it's probably this little adapter I've got. Let's take this off of here. Okay, I'm going to try to do this one-handed if possible. I think it should be all right. I can tell you just by looking at the tire, and I'll show you guys here in just a second. Yeah, it's only got 12 pounds of air in it, which would be accurate because it's the inside tire. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's definitely low. It's sitting on the sidewall. See how that one's sitting straight? That one, you got the big old bubble at the bottom of it. All right, let's see what this thing sounds like. And then we'll see if it shuts off at 55. So hit the play button. Not too bad. Now the 17.5 is not going to be accurate. And the reason I say that is because my handheld one, it's always like 3 or 4 pounds higher than what it is when you let off the trigger. Let's just do it so I can show you guys. Now, see, there you go. It dropped down. It's only gained a pound. So, all right, we'll see how long this takes. By the way, it is 8:57. All right, you guys, so it has been about 6 minutes. 41.5 right now. But it's probably actually about 2 to 3 pounds lower than that. We'll see how accurate it is when it's done. I'll put my trusty Macro gauge on there, and we'll see how accurate it actually is. We're getting close. We'll see if it actually automatically shuts off. This is the reason I wanted it. I got so tired of holding the other one. Okay, it did shut off at 55, and it's flashing. So, question is it 55 PSI? Let's put you on the tripod here. Okay. Let's take this off. And the hose is hot, by the way. Let's see if I can do this. It is showing about 52 PSI. Now let's plug this back in and let's see what it shows. It's showing 54. So we are a couple PSI off. So if I want to get to 55, let's just up it to, let's just go to 57. It is nice that it shuts off though. The other one I had a rubber band on. It worked, but pain in the butt. All right, 57. Now let's see. And that should get us pretty close, I would think. Dead on 55. So you have to go 2 pounds over basically what it's supposed to be, which is exactly like the other one that I have. Now the other question I have, if I disconnect this battery, is it going to remember my setting? It does, 57 PSI, so that's great. So one thing I forgot to do, you guys, is show you guys how long it took. So it's 9:11 right now, so it took about 10 minutes to air that tire up, because it's been about 3 or 4 minutes since I was out there. And I want to show you really quick. On this 4 amp hour battery, it took 1 bar off. The hose is warm. To shut this off, I'll show you really quick. You can't just hit the power button and walk away. You actually hold it down. And I don't know if it times out, but I'm not really worried about that. All right, you guys saw right there. This thing worked great. And for the price, $40, my goodness, especially if you already have batteries, what a deal. Now, I did look on their website, Home Depot's website. If you want to buy this with a charger and a battery, in case you don't already have the charger or the battery, it's $89.99. But in my opinion, that's a deal, because get that battery charged, put it in here, put it in your trunk, you go on vacation, you go on a trip or whatever, you have a way to inflate your tire in case something was to happen, because you just never know. And that's the type of stuff that I always prepare for. I always take a battery jump start box with me and some way to inflate my tires. That's just the mechanic in me, I guess. But this thing is absolutely fantastic, you guys. And I love the auto shut off feature. That is the greatest part for me, because this old version, I used to have to hold the trigger down. Then I finally figured out, put a rubber band on it, kind of give it a little bit of cruise control, so I don't sit there and hold it. But I still had to keep it from falling over. So for 10 minutes is what it took for this to do it. That other one took longer. And I can tell you that I was squatted down, holding it the whole time, making sure it didn't fall over, because the hose isn't long enough to stand up, and neither is on this one. And by the time I stood back up once it was done, at 15 minutes later, knees are popping, can barely walk. The old man in me anymore. So this thing is going to be a lifesaver for me, you guys. It's really, really nice. It feels very well built. I cannot speak to the reliability of it. Obviously, I have not had it long enough, but the old version that I have, I've had it for about 4 years now, 3 or 4 years, and that thing has been fantastic, using it 2 to 3 times a week because of the van, especially in the wintertime. No issues at all. It's never let me down. I hope I get the same type of dependability and reliability out of this. 160 PSI, it goes up to you guys, which is great. It doesn't take forever. Now, it took about 10 minutes to do, I think it was 12 PSI if I remember right, up to the 55. The hose was warm, and it does say after using for 5 minutes, shut off, let it rest for 5 minutes. But I've never done that with the other one, and we just let this thing go, and it had zero issues at all, you guys. And I like that once the battery's on it, you can sit on the ground. It's not gonna sit there and vibrate and fall over like the other one. All around, this is a fantastic tool. I do not regret my purchase one bit when it comes to this. I'm glad I did not get the more expensive one. I looked a minute ago. The other one's $80. This one's only $40, so it's twice the price. And I do not think that hose is gonna hold up with that plastic on the end of it. It's also digital too, but I just don't think it's gonna hold up. That's why I went with the cheaper one, and I'm very glad that I did, you guys. So I didn't want to bring you guys this video. I know it's not detailing related, but this is a video that a lot of people can use a tool like this, you guys, and it's definitely a 2 thumbs up product for me. Yes, is it 2 PSI off? Yes. That's not that big of a deal. I wish that Ryobi would figure out on their tire inflators to get them accurate, but I know it's 2 PSI off, just like the other one was 2 to 3 PSI off. I just set it for 57. I know I want 55, and I'll be good once it gets to 57, and then I'm good to go from there. So I want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video and checking it out. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, join the Fab family. We'd love to have you. We'll see you in the next video.